Mariska, very good afternoon to you. So we were given a time frame now, 72 hours. All of these escapees will be arrested. What's the latest?
We're standing outside the Correctional Services Medium B Remand Detention Centre right now, and we could just say that there has been a correction. They thought it was 69 that escaped, but it's actually 68, which they confirmed for us this morning. And of that number, 65 has now been rearrested. One of those that have been rearrested handed himself over. Now that number of trial-awaiting prisoners, of course, allegedly is part of a gang initiation that was planned a few weeks ago already. Now that has not been definitely confirmed to us, but that's what we hear from some officials on the ground here. And the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, Ronald Lamola, just arrived a little while ago to do an inspection of the facility and to also address the media a little bit later. So 65 of those awaiting trial prisoners have been rearrested, and 3 are still at large. But we will wait to hear and get an update later from the Minister himself. We understand he will do a walkabout of the facility, see for himself what it looks like here, and then he will address us shortly after that. We've also heard that before they escaped, they also ransacked the kiosk that is just behind us here, maybe something for the road as they tried to get away from the facility, and of course hijacked a vehicle and made it all the way to the R300, which is around an hour's drive from where we are right now in Malmesbury. But we're waiting to hear from the Minister himself on what the latest is, and hopefully has some good news. And while those 3 are still officially not been rearrested, again reiterating what my colleague Vanessa Puna said there in her package, that people are warned not to approach them and not to try to arrest them themselves, but to rather contact the police or correctional services to assist in apprehending the suspects.
So just to confirm, Mariska, the number you're getting, it was 68, 65 have been rearrested, 3 still at large, correct?
That is absolutely correct, Blaine.
Right.
They thought it was 69, but they discovered this morning that one of the people they thought have also escaped was still in his cell, and it's a total of 68 that did that brazen escape yesterday afternoon, overpowering officials here and making a break for it. 65, you are correct, have been rearrested, 3 still at large.
What sort of charges were they facing?
Well, it's various charges. Remember, they are all awaiting trial prisoners at this stage. None of them have been found guilty of anything as of yet, but some of the charges range from theft to burglary to assault. So definitely serious charges that these awaiting trial prisoners face. And if one can only assume if someone is trying to break out of a facility, they will try what they can to get away. And that is why the public is cautioned to be very, very careful to approach anyone that they suspect might be some of those prisoners that have escaped.
Talk to us about the rearrest of these 65 people. Were they still in the area, in the vicinity of the prison?
Well, as we know, what we know right now, of course, the Minister will brief us a little bit later and maybe give us more detail. The majority of them were apprehended last night, and then a number of them this morning as well, one of them handing themselves over. And one of those escapees actually hijacked a vehicle, and as I said, made it all the way to the R300 in Cape Town, which is around an hour's drive from here. So that's how far they got. So it really shows swift action on the part of correctional services, also the SABC that assisted correctional services to apprehend these escapees. But a number of 68 is quite large.
Yeah.
So there is definitely certain issues that has to be looked at this facility and be addressed. And also, as we've heard from some officials, it's understood that this was part of a gang initiation that was planned several weeks ago. So we will wait to hear from the Minister and to confirm with him if that is in fact the case, and what will be done in future to prevent actions like this.
That's an interesting piece of the puzzle there, Mariska. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting. We'll come back to you when that media briefing actually starts. So Mariska's saying 68 people made a run for it, 65 have been rearrested, 3 still at large.